Welcome back to Political Hot Seat. It's a live call-in show. You can give us a call at 727-8750 to speak to any of the candidates that are on the show tonight. Tonight's an extended show. We have two candidates right now over there with Bill. We'll be having another one in the second hour. Of course, you can also email us at deanna@kpvm.tv if you would like to ask any of the candidates questions. We do have a text message sent in from no other but Vern Van Winkle, who's going to be letting us know that he just got word from a reliable source that the Supreme Court has ruled in favor of disbanding the town board, leaving the county commissioners in charge in the future. And how do we feel about this? Harley Kulkin is on our town board. We're going to be asking that question to you.
Well, I don't think that's an appropriate question. I'd be more than happy to answer it at a later date, but we're here for a governor and lieutenant governor, so I really prefer to stay out of local issues. But if they want to call me at 727-1525, I'd be more than happy to discuss that with them.
And of course, anybody can call in and discuss that issue if you would like to at 727-8750 or email me at deanna@kpvm.tv. I do have some other questions for our candidates who are over there, and I'm going to ask it of Frederick. Frederick, you, like you said, are a professor at the College of Southern Nevada. This is your second time running for governor. Before in 2010, you were a Democrat. This time, nonpartisan. Why did you decide to change?
No, I'm not. I'm a Democrat.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
You're listed as nonpartisan in the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Yeah, but that was, I was thinking about doing that, and I said I didn't know which one at the time, and so Laura Myers put it as nonpartisan.
There you go.
Okay, but in 2010 I ran against Roy Reed. Harry was not really happy. Mm-hmm. And I got 17,000 votes and won 2 counties and got outspent 900,000 to 25. Mm-hmm. But I thought I did pretty good for not being well known or even known at all.
Yeah, let's talk about your political aspirations, because you're, like you said, a professor there of anthropology. What prompted you to want to run?
Well, I have a whole lot of students who are going to have to live in the future, and there doesn't seem to be anybody in Carson City, including the governor, that cares about the students, the younger children, veterans. It's all about themselves and lobbyists. And I thought that I have the experience and knowledge, and I'm not one to shy away from making really tough decisions. Whether somebody doesn't like it or not, I really don't care. And to do what we need to do, and we need to really fix our education system. Last in the United States is really not acceptable. We spend $3.3 billion on education in the state, and that's just a waste of money if we're going to finish last.
Let's talk about your background, a little bit more about yourself and your family.
Okay, I was raised in Gardena, California, lower middle class family. My mother was a school teacher. My father was a barber. I went to Sarah High School in Gardena. I went to UCLA, got a degree in U.S. history and anthropology. Went to the University of Arizona, got a master's degree in anthropology. Got my PhD at Christchurch University in England. Was for about 30 years involved in the commodity futures industry as a broker, trader, fund manager. In 4 years, I served as a CEO of a public company. I kind of retired and then came to Nevada and got involved in internet marketing and got bored because it wasn't much to do except sit around the swimming pool. So I already had the degree. I went over to CSN to see if I could teach some classes. And it's what I really wanted to do when I graduated from college. And
how long have you been there?
16 years.
Wow. So if you don't make this run, what do you plan on doing? Are you going to continue to teach there? Or if you do, will you continue there?
If I win, I'll probably take a leave of absence.
Yeah.
Okay. And if not, I will continue to teach there.
And so tell me what people are saying about your campaign. How's it feeling right now?
Well, we just got endorsed by the Lincoln County Democrats. The Clark County guys don't like me too much because I'm too anti a lot of the stuff of how they do what they do, not exactly being a Democrat, against being a Democrat, but how they do it. It's pretty corrupt. The campaign's done pretty decent. Most of my stuff is all going to be done through social media, Twitter, text messaging. My campaign people are state-of-the-art people in dealing with this technology, and we can cover the whole state of Nevada and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and such like that. And the guys who are doing it are called New Brand Agency.
Give all that information for people to contact you.
The best place to contact me is go on my Facebook page, go to Fred Conquest, or I Am Nevada, which is the Facebook page for the campaign. My website is www.iamnevada.com, and I have a list of all of the stuff I'm for or against on there, and we're going to be putting up more and doing a whole lot more marketing as we get closer to the election.
Harley, let's talk about you. A little bit about your background.
I was born and raised in Los Angeles. After high school, I went into the military. I served in Vietnam after I got out of the military. I went to work at the Long Beach Naval Shipyard, and I later on transferred to the China Lake Naval Weapons Center. Then I transferred to the VA hospital in Reno. When I left federal service, I worked in Northern Nevada for Rayleigh Supermarkets. I was the maintenance supervisor for the 15 stores. I have a couple of years college. I didn't pursue a degree. I was just looking to educate myself. I met my wife in Reno. We have 3 children, all reside in Las Vegas, and as do our grandchildren. My son works for the state. He's a probation officer. My oldest daughter's a teacher, and she's doesn't have a, they're laying them off, not hiring them, so she has a job, of course, but does something else. And my youngest daughter, she has her bachelor's degree, and she's pursuing her master's in architecture. All of our children have always worked through school. We taught them to, we helped them when they helped themselves, so they all worked through college, and we supported them. My wife's a checker at Smith's as well. I own my own business. I'm a heating and air conditioning contractor. I've been in here operating the business for about 20 years. And of course, I'm the chairman of the Promptown board since January 2013. I think my biggest accomplishment on the board was that I was able to get consensus to get the board to move forward with developing the 400 acres of land into a project that would bring thousands of jobs eventually, and of course a lot of money to supplement taxes for people so they're not taxed so much. And it's really hard to get people, of course, to understand that government's a business and it gets funded by your taxes, and the more other people's money we bring in, the better off it is. They're usually against everything, and it takes a lot of leadership to try to do things that are actually in their best interest, even though they don't quite see it that way. But if we don't have these kind of leaders in office, then we're just going to do the same thing year after year, and it's a shame where Nevada is. We are not a very big populated state. We have a lot of great natural resources, copper, gold, silver, and we're being exploited, and people are profiting tremendously with the profits of that, and it's not staying in Nevada, and that needs to change.
All right, well, we will be right back after these messages.